It is the Flow Friday Sports Show, and Nicole McMahon returns. We're talking about the Mallee Netball competition, the state of Mallee Netball right now. And we had Nicole reveal a number of things on last week's show, and we're going to check in with her again and find out anything new that she has found out, as well as talk about the fact that there was a grand final or two or three or a number of them on the weekend. And we have our A-grade champions in Karoonda. We'll speak more about that in a second. But firstly, great to welcome you again, Nicole, after what was a pretty big last week for you.
It was a big week, and I think everyone is feeling the same, across the Mallee. It was a big week because I'm no longer a reigning A-grade premier, for one. I did talk about, I was going to keep claiming that up until the 11th hour, and I can no longer claim that I am an A-grade reigning premier. That is now the Karoonda Magpies, so very exciting for them. But no, the last week I'm certainly feeling a bit of pressure after last week's radio spill, my outpouring of emotions, I guess you'd say. But it was quite heartwarming. I actually had a lot of calls and messages and support from, across clubs and across members across the Mallee. So that was really nice. I think we all know kind of what's at stake here, and there's a lot of things running through my mind as I know there is across the Mallee, and I'm holding a little Ned in my arm, so he may make an appearance like he did last week. But at the same time, I think that puts into perspective the situation and kind of what we're fighting for. It's not just about playing footy and netball. I think we'll always have that in some shape or form in our communities, but it's about what our clubs' identities bring into our communities. They've got such strong, proud identities. Are we going to lose that in bigger leagues? And this really resonates with me with where I'm at in my life right now. But there's this safe, family-friendly atmosphere we get in the Mallee, and there is nothing out like a day out at the footy in the Mallee. Kids, they run out the car and you don't see them for the day. So that's something that I really love. And really don't want to lose. But you should have seen the grand final though, Ellis. I should have invited you actually. I'm not sure if you've ever been to a local grand final, have you?
I've been to a local game, but never a grand final. But I don't doubt that it was a spectacular carnival-like atmosphere, Nicole.
Oh, it was. It was truly spectacular. It would have blown your socks off, I reckon. And I doubt many leagues could contend with the atmosphere and the passion that was there. It was certainly a display of the best talent the Mallee has to offer. But just the passion, the enthusiasm. I'm told it was a record crowd, and so it should have been, because it was really just a fantastic day. And heard so many people say, this day is too good to lose. So that's what we're really gambling here. Like I said last week, forever is a long time. And there's something also that I need to retract from last week. I said we wanted 12 more months because let's wind down our clubs if we have to and celebrate, everything that they've been to us. But I want to retract that because I think there's no reason we can't have longer. There's a future here for the Mallee Football and Netball League. I'm really confident of it. The thing is, the Mallee Football and Netball League, that was made by us. So it was made for us. It was made for us Mallee people. So, why can't we then keep evolving it? Like, let's work together. I think that's really important here. Clubs have to start listening. They have to start talking, but they have to start listening and working together. So, let's not dwell over what's happened the past week, months, years. Let's sit down and just move this forward together. I'm probably feeling pretty optimistic, but that's just me. And I know there's a lot of work to do, but, and this situation obviously shadowed a little bit over the grand final day, just with how it was. But yeah, as I said, absolute cracker of a day, Ellis.
It's a very profound time interviewing you, Nicole, at the moment. And, I just want to ask you, where's the first domino going to fall here? I'm not saying you're even going to have anything to do with it, but if you were to sit back and give some very wise advice on how the ball gets rolling here so that everyone's interests are preserved and we know what, the common appetite is, then where should the first domino fall? Because obviously some heads are going to have to get together. So what happens first here?
Well, no dominoes have officially fallen. That's probably really important. No one, from what I'm aware, I haven't, seen any statement from the league or anything that any clubs have actually officially left. So there is still time to get together. I know there's a lot of community meetings and consultations coming up, but, let's stop and really get together. I think there is still opportunity. I'm really confident that there's still glimmers of hope there. Different people have different things and different values of what they want, but I think in the end we can still get that from our Mallee Football and Netball League, and we can work together. We're resilient Mallee people. This is what we're all about. So, I'm hoping there's still time for that, Ellis.
We all hope so, Nicole, and this is not the last that we'll hear of this, that is for sure. Let's talk about the actual netball. We'll start with the juniors, Nicole, so just whiz us through how the Whippersnippers got on in their grand finals on Saturday.
The 13 and under girls, I'll start with them, and I'll tell you what, there's definitely a few future A-graders in that bunch for both Pinnaroo and Lameroo. It was a beautiful display of talent, and just, the teammanship and all that stuff that we saw from these girls, it really was beautiful. Pinnaroo had a very convincing win with 34 goals, defeating Lameroo 17, and as I've plugged her every week, young Evie Benning, I just love watching her play in a goal shooter, which is a unfamiliar position for the McMahon. So well done to Evie, and Jasmine Till having a cracker of a game for Pinnaroo, taking home the best on court. For the 15 and under, we had Karoonda 47 defeating BDT 30. Probably was I think I predicted Karoonda to win. They have just been an absolute powerhouse of a team. Jess Kerr taking home the best on court. She has had a cracker of a season. She got Association Best and Fairest, Best on Court. She also was a part of the A-grade premiership team. So well done to Jess. In the C grade, Lameroo 47 defeated Marvel 32. So these two teams, there was a 1-goal difference in the second semi. So we knew it would be a close game, but Lameroo, I think it was an advantage being the underdogs, which it sometimes is coming into these grand finals. But really, I think it was probably one of the best C-grade finals I've seen. Some great talent there on court. Best on to young Rain Philby from Lameroo. B-grade, we had devastating results. My sister Kim plays in this team, and it was Lameroo 43 defeated by Pinnaroo 63. The Pinnaroo girls, they really played an absolute ripper of a game. It was almost the opposite result in the second semi, and once again, I think it pays to be the underdogs. You go out there, just a little bit of a different mindset, I think, nothing to lose. A very well earned best on court from Rebecca DeJolke in at goals there. She shot very well, so well done to Beck. And the A grade, so the match of the day was very exciting. Karoonda taking home the premiers for the first time in 20 years, 43 goals, defeating Peak 30. Kiara Paik, best on. So she's had a Association Best and Fairest, Team of the Year, best on for the grand final, gets a premiership, home ground grand final. I don't think her year could have gone any better. So well done to Kiara. And hopefully, we'll see some more. We'll see some teams out to. Usually you lose a game and you say, well, we'll see you next year. So, those girls, those teams that have been defeated, we'll see you next year, girls, for the Mallee Netball Grand Final.
Tell us more about the atmosphere on the day, Nicole.
Oh, it was a beautiful day, Ellis. They got the weather right. I remember playing a Grand Final in Karoonda. It must have been a few years ago now. And the wind, we ate dust the whole day. So they turned on the weather thanks to that Karoonda. But as I said, record crowds. And Karoonda really did do a fantastic job of hosting. Not to say there wasn't endless lineups for food and that type of thing, but just the atmosphere. It was slightly overshadowed by this unknown, the future of the Mallee Football and Netball League. But everyone can agree, this is worth fighting for. Such a brilliant day, and I know the celebrations are probably still going, particularly for a few of the footballers. Which that's what you do. That's what's so exciting about winning these premierships. They, come around once every few years, sometimes 20 years, like the Karoonda girls, like it was for the Pinnaroo A-grade boys. So, it was their day, so well done to those winners.
Congratulations again to Karoonda, the A-grade champions of Mallee Netball. Nicole McMahon, it's a precarious time for everyone there, and you've done an absolutely brilliant job this year. It's certainly not the last time we'll have you on the air in 2022, that is for sure, but your contributions are invaluable, and we are very much indebted to you here on The Flow. Thank you for flying the flag in the way that you have, Nicole, and we certainly hope that we'll be talking about some slightly happier netball-related topics in 23.
I hope so, Ellis. And I'll leave you with a quote because my auntie suggested this. My dad's well known for his quotes as well. So I was trying to find a quote to kind of wrap up my radio season. And obviously I'm really optimistic that, I'll be back next year, that the whole Mallee and football netball league in some shape will be back next year. And I'm really optimistic, but optimism isn't a belief that things will automatically get better. It's a conviction that we can make things better. So, we've got to work together here, clubs. Let's get through this. This is our own league. We can make it what we need to make it.